Hello everybody, back here again for a vlog a day. Today is Tuesday the 12th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning, fairly decent time frame. Got out, got the dogs outside, got Bruce mess cleaned up. From there, I was able to get him back inside, getting him fed. The other dog I have, the only other dog I have today, it only eats in the evenings, so I don't have to worry about feeding her. So went ahead, got a couple little things done around the house, nothing too major. Wife's getting ready to head off for work, so chatted with her for a little bit, and then she got off to work without issue. I ran up to go feed some cats. Had to do 2 different households today, so I hit both houses of cats, got those taken care of. Basically stopped by the shop to see about picking up my hoses for my air conditioning hoses, and they were there. I waited late enough to go so they'd be open, hopefully somebody there. So got there, basically said they ran into a problem because the hoses they brought back, he talked about there was a couple fittings where the hose wouldn't fit the fitting, and he's like, that's because they're trying to use the wrong damn hose. So he goes, gave us number 8 hose, they're trying to use number 6 hose even though it's number 8 fitting, and they don't have the other end. So he was showing me I cannot get this fitting in a different size, it has to be this size only. And then he looked and found out we could actually make it work by adapting some other fittings to it and adapting this hose and that size and blah blah. It's like a number 6 thread to number 8 actual hose, whatever. But that was not needed because I gave him number 8 hose and he didn't use any of it, so I don't know where it went. I said, wonder if he maybe thought it was heater hose for some stupid reason and used it as heater hose, because I know there's no heater hose on the truck. And he goes, I don't know. He goes, well, we need to do this and this and this. I'm like, I don't think those guys know what the hell they're doing. They screwed it up that bad. Now they're trying to refit it. Is there any possible chance of you swinging by his shop and looking at it, because you know this stuff? They don't seem to know it. And you can just actually look it over and figure it out so we can get it done right before we order the parts. He goes, well, I don't get out here till like 5:30. And I said, I will make sure he sticks around until you get there, because he's usually until 6, but I'll make sure he stays around until you get off work if you head over that way and whatnot. And he goes, yeah, it's actually on the way home, it's not that big a deal. I say, cool, I will make sure 100% he's going to be there for you, and if for some reason he can't be there, he'll either call you or I'll call you and let you know so you don't waste a trip over. And he said, not a problem. So hopefully, I was like, yeah, good deal. So left there, went back to the shop, explained the pulley system to the guy, that the mechanic that's doing my work, which it is what it is. Part of the problem is the way they're trying to measure it off. They're trying to eyesight it. They don't put a laser on it, whatever, which I should have, which I brought laser in. She's like, hey, they're lining up just like this, da da. But the problem with it is the pulley that I have is thicker casting, because it's aluminum. So it's milled out of built aluminum as opposed to steel. So it has to be a little thicker to be the same strength, and it looks cooler, whatever, I don't care about that part. But when you lay the steel against the aluminum, you can't, it's hard to measure off of. So I took a couple cans of butane for my cigar lighters and set them out. And once I did that, I was able to set them side by side and measured the first pulley, the main pulley rod, which would run my power steering pump, and that runs off of there, runs back to the crank. And I said, so boom, that lines up dead perfect, the exact same height from the mounting surface to the groove. So I said, if that's perfect, the next one is had to move the air conditioner compressor in or out to match that backside. And I was like, this will not be that hard to do. So I've got the right pulley. They sent me a different pulley because nobody knew how to measure a pulley, because the numbers they were giving me did not match my pulley, even though it is the right pulley. So I got to send one back, but oh well, that's not the biggest deal there. So got back there, I see asked something about a spacer. And I'm like, well, I don't need a spacer because that's not, it's going behind it. He goes, no, for the fan. I said, I don't think we need it, but let's see. I said, I have a spacer. I bought the universal spacer to mount on the fan side, but cannot go behind the pulley. It has to go in front of the pulley for the fan only. And we looked, and the fan that I have on it is an aftermarket fan. It's pretty shallow, and truck number are heated even in the hottest summer. So, but I wasn't running air conditioning on either, which is going to pull more heat. So we'll see if that happens. But I'll probably not put an electric fan on it and just say to hell with it. And I'll probably put a auto on, so as soon as you start the truck, the fan automatically comes on. And that way, if I want to bypass it, let's say it's springtime or winter down here, it doesn't get that cold, I can reach up and actually flip it off and turn it off manually, instead of worrying about a thermostat that may not kick on, because I'd much rather have my motor run cold than run too hot. And if it's wintertime trying to heat the motor up and want to warm up, which shouldn't take that long, a big block 454, it doesn't take long to heat up. But if for some reason I thought it did, I could put a bypass switch in that would basically like remove the ground or whatever. It's just like a dead man switch. So it'd turn off the fan manually on like, most likely I set up on like a timer. So like it's like a 15-minute timer. So that way when you start it up, it has 15 minutes warm up before it kicks on. And the reason I wanted it on a timer, so it will never be defaulted back into somebody else free to turn it back on kind of thing. So definitely don't want to mess with that. But as of right now, I think we're set. I also asked him, I said, hey man, we need a time frame. Like, you've had this thing for 4 fucking months. You said it was gonna take a month, 2 months maximum. We're already twice the distance past your maximum time. Like, we gotta have something going here, you know? And he's like, oh, well, no, shit. I said, I'm willing to give you a cash bonus if you can get this shit done. My birthday's coming up in like 8 days. And if I can have it done in 8 days, I will definitely give you a cash bonus. So bring in other help if you have to, whatever the hell you got to do. I don't care. Just get this damn thing done. Let's get it right. Let's get it out of here. And I want my truck back, because if not, on the point, if it's not done, I haven't made my mind up 100%, but I think first of the year, I'll just go up in there, roll up in there with the trailer and just drop it off the lift and put it in the trailer and haul the damn thing home to finish it myself, or to a different shop and let somebody else finish it. And I don't care. I'll just pay all the money. I don't give a shit. I just need my truck back, and realize at this point forward, I cannot trust shops. I just have to do everything myself from now on. So yeah, superbly annoying. And the thing that sucks is he's like, oh, I got all the time in the world, and da-da-da. When he first got it, he didn't do shit on it for a few weeks. And I was like, oh, like I said, it's only take a month, so who cares? And now I'm 4 months into this and still nothing. So superbly annoying, but it is what it is. So got back to the house, hung around the dogs a little bit, asked mom. She said she wanted to go to the store. She wanted to go like to Walgreens or whatever to shop for like knick-knacky type Christmas gifts for Karen. So we headed over there. We ended up finding some Skinny Pop for my father-in-law. She bought some of those. I ended up finding a candle I think my wife will like the smell of. So she got that for a Christmas gift. So I've got something else to open, because we're really not doing Christmas much this year, but she still likes to open gifts. So she got her a candle to wrap up. And then we got some other stuff for her too, but kind of get that all figured out from there. So went to Publix, looked in there looking for pickled onions my father-in-law wanted, and all he found was pickled red onions, and we don't know what the hell they're for, but it's what he wanted. So buy him some pickled red onions. I don't know if it's the right ones or not, but headed back to the house. Ended up found some pizzas they had on sale, buy one get one free on some barbecue chicken pizza. So I picked up a couple of those, because I kind of like the barbecue pizza. So got back from there, got to the house, and decided this day to make chili. So I had a bunch of ribeye that I was using for my protein for the chili, which is probably a little overkill, but who cares? So I went ahead and cooked up some bacon just to give myself some grease to pan sear my ribeye in. So I got my pan seared my ribeye, just tiny little one little piece, like small amounts at a time. The one to really sear the edges good to get that flavor out of it. So I seared the shit out of that and did a little bit at a time, chucked it in the crock pot, threw in my beans and all my beef broth and all my seasonings and everything, and then basically put it on, let it start cooking. And it was that weird time frame, because like low is supposed to take 8 hours, high takes 4 hours, but I was like, well, at this point it's gonna be 7 o'clock before I eat tonight. I don't think my wife wants to wait that late, so I went ahead, put it on low for a few hours, and then I turned it up on high for the last 4 hours. So I know we got a full cook through it. I just wasn't quite as slow as I wanted to cook to it, but it all cooked in well. I tasted it a few different times, doctored up as I went, had all kinds of peppers in it, tons of onions I sauteed out and whatnot, and also had a bunch of green onions in it also, and really had a bunch of stuff in there. So got a bunch of chili powder and whatnot. My wife thought it was pretty good. My mom thought it was a little too spicy. Wife eats it a little spicy, so I chucked in some grape jelly to remove some of the bite out of the heat, but he still had a flavor. And mom chose to eat frozen bagels or burritos instead, and I was like, hey, whatever. While I was cooking, when my wife came home from work, I went back outside, hung out with the dogs, just kind of chilled out there with them. Had myself a decent day. Didn't do anything at all to the yard today. I was gonna power wash, and I just didn't feel like it. It was still a little on the chilly side, and it felt like being wet and cold both. So from there, came back in, had our chili, and I thought it was good. I put a bunch of sour cream in it and knocked that baby out. Watched another episode of Wentworth, which I really enjoy, and rewatching it, catching a few idiosyncrasies I'd missed first time I watched it, and my wife is enjoying it too. So that's the important part. But yeah, we had that. from there, headed back outside, had another one of my advent calendar cigars that I had with my buddy sent me, and enjoyed it. It was a short one, so it smoked through pretty quickly. And then from there, ended up knocking myself out. I'm not sure what I had actually last night. I can't remember what it was. Casadega, I think it was, something like that. But I had myself my second cigar for the evening, and finally wrapped it up, headed inside to call it the night. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.